Welcome back class 8 students. I'm your English grammar digital mentor and I am here with a new chapter which is chapter number 20 of your books, Direct and Indirect Speech. So open your books, pick up your pens and let's get started. We'll start with the starter part. Here two pictures are given. In the first picture two girls are talking. One is saying, Monica, what was Sonali telling you? So it is a direct speech. And in the second picture, the girl is saying, Zeenat, Sonali said me she will go to her uncle's house tomorrow. So here it is indirect speech. So let's learn more about direct and indirect speech in this chapter. So let's start with part A, in which we have direct and indirect speech. So first we'll learn about direct speech. Every direct speech has two parts. One is outside the inverted commas and the other is written within the commas. The part outside the inverted commas is called reporting verb, as we are only concerned with the verb and not the speaker. And the part within the inverted commas is called reported speech. Now what do you mean by a reporting verb? It means the reporter who reports. Reporting verb plays a dominating role in changing the narration from direct to indirect. For example, he says to him, you are a gentleman. In the above sentence, he says to him is the reporting verb. While changing the narration, the verb says is to be taken to change the verb or tense of the reported speech, which is enclosed within the inverted commas. Now next is indirect speech. When speakers' actual words are replaced by us in our words and inverted commas are removed, then it becomes an indirect speech. For example, he says to me, I am your friend. This is direct speech as the speaker's actual words are there. But by changing its narration, it becomes, he tells me that he is my best friend. It is an indirect speech as the actual words have been changed and own words have been used. But in changing the narration, pronouns and verbs are also changed, and that is added after removing the inverted commas. Different rules are applied when direct speech is changed to indirect speech. The general rules that govern the conversation are as follows. First, change of tense. Second, change of person. And third, change of time and place. Now first, let's see what means change of tense. So rules for changing direct speech into indirect speech. Rule number 1 says, when the reporting verb is in present or future tense, the tense of the verb in the reported speech remains unchanged. For example, we have one direct speech statement. Raj will say, nobody was in the room. And in the indirect speech, we will write, Raj will say that nobody was in the room. Second example is, direct speech says, the principal says Neha will not pass. And indirect says, the principal says that Neha will not pass. Third example is direct. Nisha says to me, I will come to see you. And indirect, Nisha tells me that she will come to see me. Now rule number 2 says, if the reporting verbs is in the past tense, the tense of the verb in the reported speech is changed into corresponding past tense. Now simple present becomes simple past. For example, first one, direct. Rani said Priya loves sweets. And indirect says, Rani said that Priya loved sweets. Let's see example number 2. Direct speech is, she said I love books. And indirect says, she said that she loved books. Now for changing present continuous to past continuous. First example is direct. He said, I am reading a book. And indirect, he said that he was reading a book. Second example, direct. She said, my brother is writing a letter. Indirect is, she said that her brother was writing a letter. Now next is present perfect becomes past perfect. For example, direct. He said, Vivek has done his work. And in indirect, he said that Vivek had done his work. Second example, direct. Disha said, I have eaten the chocolates. And in indirect, Disha said that she had eaten the chocolates. Now next is present perfect continuous becomes past perfect continuous. First example is direct. Sonal said, I have been eating a chocolate. And in indirect, Sonal said that she had been eating a chocolate. Now second example, direct. The boys said to the teacher, we have been doing the practicals. And in indirect, the boys told the teacher that they had been doing the practicals. Now next topic is simple past becomes past perfect. For example, the direct one, the boy said, Riya hide in the room. And in indirect, the boy said that Priya had hidden in a room. Second example says direct. Tina said the cat jumped on a rat. And in indirect, Tina said that the cat had jumped on a rat. Now next is past continuous becomes past perfect continuous. First example is direct. He said, I was reading a book. And in indirect, he said that he had been reading a book. Now next example is direct. Pinky said the cat was jumping. And in indirect, Pinky said that the cat had been jumping. Now next is past perfect and past perfect continuous. There is no change. For example, let's see the first one. Direct. She said, I had been reading a book. And in indirect, we can write, she had been reading a book. In the second example, direct, he said, I had read a book. And in indirect, we can write, he said that he had read a book. Now let's see the change in modal auxiliaries. For example, let's see example number 1, direct. She said, Rekha can run fast. And in indirect, she said that Rekha could run fast. Second example, direct. They said children may wear suits. And in indirect, we can write they said that children might wear suits. In the third example, we have direct. The coach said you will practice every day. And in indirect, we can write the coach said that you would practice every day. Now exception to rule 2. If the reported speech contains some universal truth or habitual fact, then the simple present in reported speech remains unchanged. For example, direct, the teacher said the earth moves around the sun. And in indirect, the teacher said that the earth moves around the sun. So there will be no change. In the second example, direct is the old man said man is mortal. And in indirect, the old man said that man is mortal. Now let's move on to the next topic, which is change of pronouns. Pronouns of reported speech are changed according to the pronouns of the reporting verb. So rule number 1 is first person pronoun of the reported speech will be changed according to the subject of the reporting verb. For example, the first one, direct. He says to me, I am a boy. So we can write it in indirect as he tells me that he is a boy. Second example is direct. He said, I shall do my best. And in indirect, we can write it as he said that he would do his best. Third example, direct. I said, my father loves me. And in indirect, we can write, I said that my father loved me. Now, rule number 2. Second person pronouns of the reported speech will be changed according to the pronouns of the reporting verb. For example, direct. She says to me, you are a smart girl. And in indirect, she tells me that I am a smart girl. Second example is direct. Neha said to Nupur, you have not eaten your lunch. And in indirect, we can write Neha told Nupur that he had not eaten his lunch. Now rule number 3. Third person pronouns of reported speech remains unchanged. For example, first, direct. He said to me he is happy. Indirect, he told me that he was happy. Second example is direct. He said to me she is not at fault. And in indirect, we can write he told me that she was not at fault. Third example is direct. I say he is a good boy. And in indirect, we can write I say that he is a good boy. Verb said in the reported speech will remain unchanged and verb said to will be changed into told. Now let's move on to the next topic, which is change of time and place. Words showing distance. For example, note the following table. Here, if we have now, it will become then. This becomes that. These becomes those. Here becomes there. Ago becomes before. Thus becomes so. Today becomes that day. Yesterday becomes the previous day. Tomorrow becomes the next day. Last night becomes the previous night. Now look at the following sentences. The first one is direct. Aman said, today is a hot day. And in indirect, we can write Aman said that it was a hot day. Second example is direct. Pinky said, these apples are sweet. And in indirect, we can write Pinky said that those apples were sweet. Third example is direct. Mona said, I am glad to be here tonight. And in indirect, we can write Mona said that she was glad to be there that night. Now, conversion of assertive sentences from direct into indirect. If there is an object after the reporting verb say is changed to told, otherwise remains unchanged. The reported speech starts with the conjunction that after removing the commas and the inverted commas. Now next is conversion of interrogative sentences, which are question type of sentences. There can be two types of question. First is WH question, that is questions beginning with the question words like what, who, when, where, etc. Second type of question is yes-no questions, that is questions that begin with the auxiliary verb like is, am, are, was, were, have, has, had, etc. Now, no conjunction is used when the question in direct speech starts with WH word. For example, direct, she said to me, what are you doing? And in indirect, we can write, she asked me what I was doing. Second example, direct, he said to me, why have you beaten him? And in indirect, we can write, he asked me why I had beaten him. Third example is direct, I said to Megha, where have you been all these days? And in indirect, we can write, I asked Megha where she had been all those days. Now, conjunction if or whether is used when the question in the direct speech starts with yes-no question. For example, direct, Simi said to Munu, are you going to the school? And in indirect, we can write, Simi asked Munu if he was going to the school. Second example is direct, he said to me, have you done your work? In indirect, we can write, he asked me if I had done my work. The introductory verb is changed to ask, inquire, demand, or some other word having similar meaning. Question mark is removed and a full stop is used in indirect speech. Now let's move on to the conversion of imperative sentences. The reporting verb said to is changed according to the mood or sense of the sentence given in the reported speech. Now study the following table. Now if the reporting verb said to order changes to ordered. If said to word shows request, it changes to requested. If the said to word shows advise, then it changes to advised. And if it shows do not, it changed to forbade. In an imperative sentence, the subject is mostly omitted. So, the reported speech begins with a verb. While changing the speech, to is used in spite of any conjunction when the inverted commas are removed. For example, direct, he said, be quiet and listen to my words. In indirect, we can write, he urged them to be quiet and listen to his words. Second example is direct, the beggar said to Rinky, please give me something. In indirect, we can write, the beggar begged Rinky to please give him something. Third example is direct. The student said to teacher, please allow me to come in. In indirect, we can write the student requested the teacher to please allow him to come in. Fourth example is direct. The teacher said, get out from the class, Alok. Get out from the class, Alok. In indirect, we can write teacher ordered Alok to get out from the class. Now let's see the conversion of optative sentences. The reporting verb says changes into wish or pray. The optative form changes into assertive form and the conjunction that is introduced with the reported speech. For example, first direct, the mother said to her daughter, may you live long and prosper. In indirect, we can write this sentence as the mother wished that her daughter might live long and prosper. Second example is direct. The student said, God save the teacher. In indirect, we can write the student prayed that God save the teacher. Next example is direct. They said, long live the king. And in indirect, we can write they wished that the king lives long. Now our next topic is conversion of exclamatory sentences. In reporting and exclamation in the indirect speech, the introductory verb is changed into exclaim or cry or some other similar verb. The words showing exclamation such as alas, hurrah, how, hey, etc. are omitted. The sign of exclamation is omitted. For example, direct, Ashu said, how clever I am. In indirect, we can write Ashu exclaimed that she was very clever. Second example is direct. The officer said, bravo, victory is ours. In indirect, we can write the officer praised that the victory was theirs. Third example, direct. The traveler said, what a beautiful building. In indirect, we can write the traveler exclaimed that the building was very beautiful. Fourth example is direct. The doctor said, his condition is serious. In indirect, we can write the doctor exclaimed that his condition was serious. Now here a conjunction and reporting verb chart for different kinds of sentences is given. Consider this table. Now in the first column, kinds of sentences are given. In the second column, the conjunction that is to be used is given. And in the third column, reporting verbs that we can use are given. So let's start them one by one. First, if we have assertive sentence, then conjunction that is used. And we can use added, replied, assured, admitted, warned, refused, explained, and explained. Similarly, if we have interrogative sentences, here we are only talking about the yes-no question. We can use the conjunction if or whether, and reporting verbs can be asked, wondered, wanted to know, inquired. Now next type of sentence is imperative sentence. We can use the conjunction to, and reporting verb can be urged, begged, ordered, pleased, requested, commanded, and advised. Now next type of sentence is exclamatory sentence. We can use the conjunction that for these type of sentences, and reporting verb can be cried, exclaimed in joy, happiness or excitement, surprise, cried or wailed in sorrow. Now using these concepts, let's move on to some questions. Here in part K, we have to change the following sentences into indirect speech. So let's start with the first one. The first one is, she said to her, please wait here till I return. So we can rewrite this sentence as, she requested her to please wait there till she return. In the same way, you have to do rest of the parts of this question by yourself. Let's move on to the next question. In this question, we have to change the following sentences into direct. The first sentence is, I asked him if he would come the next day. We can rewrite this sentence as, I asked him, then a comma. Then in inverted commas, we will write, will you come tomorrow? And with a question mark, since we are asking a question in this sentence. In the similar manner, you have to do rest of the parts of this exercise by yourself. Now let's move on to the next topic of this chapter, which is part M, conversion of indirect to direct. Now study the following examples carefully. In the first example, indirect speech is given. The doctor advised the patient to take rest. In direct, we can write the doctor said to the patient, take rest. Second example is indirect. Ashok exclaimed with sorrow that he was undone. In direct, we can write Ashok said, alas, I am undone. Third example is indirect. The girls exclaimed with joy that the cup was theirs. In direct, we can write the girls said, hurrah, the cup is ours. In the next example, we have indirect. He asked the porter if the train was late. In direct, we can write he said to the porter, is the train late? Next example is indirect. The judge ordered the prisoner to tell the truth. In direct, we can write this sentence as the judge ordered the prisoner tell the truth. Now using these concepts, we will do some questions. In this question, we have to change the following sentences into indirects. The first sentence is, the clerk said, I shall finish this work on time. We can rewrite this sentence as, the clerk said that he should finish that work on time. In the same way, you have to do rest of the parts of this question by yourself. With that, we come to an end of this chapter. I hope you understood and enjoyed the concept we learned today. We'll meet again in the next class with a new chapter. Till then, bye-bye and take care.